Hi, I'm Dakota Winter with Mav News. Our top story this week is the last Thursday our school went into lockdown, and Brad Campbell talked to our superintendent, Dave Cruz, about how the school responded.
Hi, I'm Brad with Maverick News, and I'm sitting here with Superintendent Cruz. Mr. Cruz, can you tell me a little bit about the lockdown and what happened to send the school into a lockdown?
Right. We received some texts from San Miguel County last Wednesday talking about an emergency that was going on. There were a couple of people outside the school in the area that may have been carrying weapons, and we felt like we needed to secure the area, secure the school, because we didn't have a lot of knowledge of what was going on. So, as you know, the notification took place at lunchtime. And so we had people all over the place. We had students out in town, we had students in the cafeteria, teachers in the cafeteria, and we also had our elementary out in the playground. And everyone responded great. There wasn't that chaos like you were talking about. It was Mary Ann got on the speaker and said we need to have everyone go to their 5th hour classroom, and we need our teachers to go there, and everyone did what they needed to do. We had people out in the parking lot pulling students in, and everyone did a great job, just reacted the best that they could. I think the students did a really good job, and I think the teachers did a really good job as far as with the information that they had. Yeah. I mean, we're going off of, the communication between the county and the school could have been better. We could have been better prepared. We didn't know what was going on, and we responded that way. So I think we all can do a better job at notifying the elementary, notifying the preschool, and also notifying the high school, middle school all together, and keeping that communication going. I thought Mr. LaFramboise did a good job meeting with the staff and the students, just to let you guys know what was going on. And so we can always improve. But when you get into situations like that, it's never as perfect as what the drill tells you to do.
Brad Campbell sat down to have a meet and greet with the new Spanish teacher, Chris Bowles.
Hi, I'm Brad with Maverick News, and I'm sitting here with our new Spanish teacher, Mr. Bowles. Mr. Bowles, welcome to our school.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased to be here.
So, Mr. Bowles, could you please tell everyone a little bit about your background and your teaching style, maybe a little bit?
Sure, you bet. Let's see, my background. Well, I'm from Colorado, and I come from an old family in Colorado that settled in Colorado in 1861. And my background is, let's see, I became a teacher quite by accident. I didn't go to college until I was 39 years old. But by then I'd already hitchhiked on 5 continents. And that's how I ended up becoming a Spanish teacher, because I spent about 4 years in Latin America.
Okay. So you spent a lot of time overseas. What countries were you in Latin America?
In Latin America? Well, I went overland through Mexico and down through Central America. And then I took a plane, because you can't get through the Darien Gap. There's no road. And I flew into Colombia. This was 1972. Okay. And then I spent 2 years in South America and came back. But I've also lived in Guatemala for 18 months, and I've spent about a year in Mexico.
That's good. So we came in earlier, we shot some B-roll of you with your students, and you were doing an activity showing around the room. How do you feel this helps the students learn their Spanish?
Well, I think that the best way to teach Spanish is to keep the kids engaged in the Spanish language as much as possible. And also, I think that you need to have incorporate art and music into your classroom. And I think the exercise you saw me doing was they held cards in their hands and told us about themselves. So that incorporates a little bit of art, because they have to draw those pictures, so they're attached to them. And then they have to, I think that when you give somebody something to put in their hands, when you want them to think, they think much better when they have a tactile element in it.
All right, well, very good. Well, thank you, Mr. Bowles.
You're welcome.
Brad Campbell spoke to the student council sponsor, Ms. Gipner, about the future plans of this year's student council.
Hi, I'm Brad with Maverick News, and I'm sitting here with the head of student council, Ms. Gipner. How are you doing today, Ms. Gipner?
Doing great, thanks.
So, Ms. Gipner, can you tell me a little bit about student council this year and some of the things the students might want to see in the school?
Well, I'm really excited about student council. We have a fully elected council and we have complete representatives. We're already working on a fabulous homecoming for the student body. We have some long-term goals for kind of a recycling program to do within the school to help with the recycling and give student council kind of an ongoing project to work on. There's a lot of other things in the mix as well that we do every year, like the holiday food drive, the picnic, all that fun stuff too.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so can you tell me about maybe some fundraising that you guys are doing? Is there anything student council is doing to make some money?
Well, I make brownies every week that seem to be pretty popular. I guess everybody likes chocolate. And I'm working with Decca and Mrs. Williams to run the school store.
Okay.
We'll also be selling mums at the homecoming game.
All right, cool. Well, Ms. Gipner, I think that's about all I have to ask you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for the interview, Brad.
Yep.
Up next is Sienna Hubner with all the scores and highlights of Maverick sports.
Hi, I'm Sienna Hubner with Maverick Sports. We start off the highlights this week with the Maverick football team in Dove Creek. It was deja vu when Tyler Fromboys manages to keep his footing to get extra yardage. Brandon Kennedy scrambles down the field to the 40-yard line. Morgan Rummel runs the ball on a quarterback keeper down to the 23-yard line. Not only was there lightning in the sky, but there was lightning-fast speed on the field, with the Mavericks scoring. Roger Liljegren had a huge night defensively, and at times the Bulldogs were triple-teaming him. Our cameraman caught up with some of the players and Coach LaFramboise after the game.
Definitely the highlight was Jeff's hit. To be able to de-helmet a helmet that way, that's impressive.
Definitely when Jeff Williams made that huge hit and knocked the guy's helmet clean off. I mean, for Jeff to step up as a sophomore and make that great of a play, I mean, Jeff really stepped up big tonight, and I'm really proud of him.
And what about yourself? What was the highlight for yourself?
Definitely the blocked punt in the end zone. I mean, I was looking for that ball, I couldn't find it, but I'm so glad that Brent got it, and we got a good score out of it.
It always feels good to beat Dove Creek. Doesn't matter. Much better game this year. The kids played great. I mean, we had a few letdowns, but they came back. They played tough. Not all the breaks went our way. We had a lot of penalties go against us, but they just kept playing. Really came out in the second half, and they took control of the game in the second half. And that shows something. You know, we only got a quarter's worth of playing last week, and this week they had a whole game, and shows what they can do when they go in at halftime and regroup.
What was the highlight of the game, you thought? What was the thing that'll just stick in your mind?
Jeff Williams knocking the guy's helmet off when he hits him, no doubt.
Does it get any better than this, Jeff?
No. This is as good as it gets.
Brad Campbell sat down with the Lady Mavs volleyball coach, Sherry Hardman, on their upcoming season.
Hi, I'm Brad with Maverick News, and I'm sitting here with the head volleyball coach for the Norwood High School Lady Mavericks. Ms. Hardman, you took fourth at state last year. Can you tell me how this season can compare to last season in any way?
Yes, I'm really excited about our season this year. We should be right there. In fact, we suspect that when we go to state this year that we're going to knock off a few more teams while we're up there. We have a little bit more, we know what to expect now after being there last year, and I think we pretty much have the same girls. Lost one senior, and so I think that we can get up there and we can do just as well, if not better.
The Lady Mavs traveled to Ridgeway last Friday night, and the varsity took match in 3 straight games, and the junior varsity also won in 3 straight games. They played Paonia Tuesday night right here at home. The ladies were showing off their new uniforms at their first home game of the season. The girls were making big blocks, and the outside hitters were making awesome kills. I talked to Lindsay Stint and Caitlin Hardman after the game.
I was really excited. It was really good. We were a little rusty, but we'll do better. And it was good to play them because they're a good team and they made us work hard. So it was really good.
How excited I was? I was super excited, and everyone else was too. We were laughing and having fun before the game. and we're getting pumped. That's what we're working on.
Oh, it was excellent. This is the best because I knew Paonia would give us a game, and I knew that we have to play hard, and we did have to play hard. And the girls showed that they could do it, and they could come out and they could hit hard and play hard and scramble. They showed me that they could hit. They showed me that they could read the other team, so they could cover balls. They did an excellent job, and I was really pleased with most of their serving. Here at the end, it kind of fell off, but I was really pleased with that too. So.
The middle school girls are at home this Saturday to play Dove Creek and Mancos. The cross-country team traveled to Denver and totally dominated the meet. Ty Williams has the details.
I think we're going to do really well. We last week we ran the lines at the St. Vrain Invitational all the way over by Boulder, and there was 140 some kids in the race, and I got first and set a new course record in 16:04 for a 5K, and the boys team won pretty easily with competing against other 2A programs and up to 3As, and the girls did really well also. The girls got second and were like 4 points away from winning, and our team's looking really strong this year. I think we're looking to repeat as team state champions, and we're just having fun, training hard.
We had a story last week about some of the improvements at the football field, and Blade Harrigan has an update on the senior sitting area.
The porch outside of the restroom room recently has been prepared to extend for senior seating. I recently caught up with Grandma Dee for a reaction on the new seating.
I think it's wonderful. There'll be a lot more people be able to sit out here, not have to stand up all during the game. We appreciate it very much.
The concrete is finished. Thank you to Bobby Harris and his crew. Now the senior citizens have a place to sit to watch the boys in blue. I'm Blade Harrigan from Maverick Sports.
That's going to do it for this edition of Maverick Sports. We will see you next week with all the Maverick highlights and scores.
Norwood High School Volleyball hosted their first home game against Paonia on Tuesday, and the fans enjoyed and loved supporting the Lady Mavs.
Yo, come on, you know how we do. Come on, yeah, man. Yo. This is my house. Whose house? My house. Whose house? My court, my house. This is whose team? My team. Whose team? My dream, my team. This is whose house? My house. Whose house? My court, my house. This is whose team? My team. Whose team? My dream, my team. 'Cause I'm the first one in the gym, last one out the gym. So when it's game time, baby, I expect to win. When I don't, everybody like, where you been? I'm in the sky so high, no oxygen. It's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's Dwight Howard. Touch the cloud, make it rain like you just showered. I got 1 hour just to go hard or go home. I go hard, then go home, I'm no coward. This is my house, my court, my team, my park, my heart. Go Mavericks!
That's going to do it for this week's Maverick News. I'm Dakota Winter. See you next week.